Hey guys, welcome back to Mixology by Manny.com. My name is Manuel Ruiz, and today I'm going to be making the Smokey Santiago. Now, this is a cocktail that I based off a cocktail from La Costeña restaurant in Half Moon Bay. It's a great Peruvian restaurant that makes great cocktails. I took their cocktail and I modified it a bit to create this Smokey Santiago. Changed the name so that it's now named after my son Santi. Okay, this is a great cocktail that is based on mezcal. So mezcal is a liquor now that is being used in a lot of mixology restaurants. You go to any high-end mixology bar, you're going to find something based on mezcal. It's got a very smoky flavor. Some people feel it's a little bit overpowering. Personally, I absolutely love it. So I make a lot of different types of cocktails with mezcal. Vida is a great mezcal to use as a base. You can't go wrong with this. Good price, great flavor. I'm going to be using this mezcal called Rio Mezcal. Now this is a gift from my uncle in Mexico, and it's a great little mezcal that we're going to use for this cocktail. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. And we'll start off with the mezcal, of course. That is our base, and we're going to use 2 ounces of mezcal. This is a cocktail that is not like a margarita in that it's definitely not sweet. It's got some sweetness to it that you'll see that I add, but it's much more of a very full, rich cocktail. Now you can modify how rich you want it to be by playing around with the proportions, but I'm using 2 ounces of mezcal because I really like this to be a very powerful mezcal based cocktail. Next I'm going with palm juice. So this is a great, very crisp pomegranate based juice. Another option, if you want a little bit more of a liquorish flavor to it, is to use a pomegranate liqueur like Palma, which is also a great addition. But I'll use the palm juice, and we're going to use just a ½ ounce of the palm juice to add to our cocktail. So that adds a bit of sweetness to it as well. Of course, we're adding lime, and like you will see in almost all of my cocktails, I use a combination lemon-lime juice that I've already pre-juiced here. A ½ ounce of that. And then finally, a little bit of sweetener. So I'm going to use agave for this particular cocktail because mezcal is such an overpowering, smoky flavor. Agave is a good balance for it. Now, when you're using agave over simple syrup, be sure to use probably a little bit less. So simple syrup, provides a good sweet flavor. Agave is a little bit sweeter on the same proportion level. So you just want to use a bit. It calls for a ½ ounce. I tend to go for a little bit less than a ½ ounce. Again, because it's a lot sweeter than simple syrup, but it provides a good balance to the mezcal. Again, mezcal is a bit of an acquired taste for some. My wife in particular did not like mezcal for quite a while until I made enough cocktails with mezcal that she finally came over to the mezcal side. Okay, so the last part of this is Angostura orange bitters. So again, because this is a more strong, bold cocktail, the Angostura bitters provides a good bitterness to balance the sweetness, because we don't want this to be a very sweet cocktail. So we'll use just 2 dashes of that. All right, so we're ready to go. Now we're going to add the ice, and again, I've conveniently stored that ice here in my other shaker. You go about half full, and my favorite part of the process, not really, the shaking. Again, same thing, about 10 to 15 seconds until it gets a little too cold to the touch. Now, if you want to water down the cocktail a little bit more, then you can add a little more ice and you could shake a little bit more. If you want more of the cocktail flavor, then you just shake a little bit of ice. A lot of times I make my cocktails with just a little bit of ice and a little bit of shaking, so I really get the full liquor taste, especially on a cocktail like this. Now, the glass of choice will be this kind of smaller martini glass. Go. It's got a nice pink hue from the pomegranate juice. And we'll add a garnish of a lime wedge just for looks. There you go. Isn't that beautiful? But it packs quite a punch. Fantastic. All right. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy this recipe and stay tuned for more. Thank you.